Hey, what's going on, folks? Me and just a little update, a little site update, what I've been up to, and what's been going on in the promised lands. Let me just load this up real quick. So the case study, I recorded the video for the case study, like the monthly case study site, but yeah, I just kind of, I think I got like 15, 20 minutes into it, and then I like flubbed up some words, and I was like, oh, and I was like, and I was like, I don't want to record this. I don't want to re-record it because one take only around here. So this was like, I'm not going to. The updates on Builder Society, I think top of the head like $4,700 last month from it, which is expected because for the last 3 years, every January has been lower than December, and then February's lower than January, and then we come back in March. So we're okay, we're expecting that trend. For that site, I also placed an order with the old writing company I was using. Well, I guess I'm still using them now, but for a new kind of suite of articles, mostly because I didn't want to do the research for them. Like, I didn't want to sit there and go find all the information for these products and whatnot. Or platforms, whatever you want to call it. So that's really what I'm paying them for, is to do the research, and they're just gonna give it to me in a nice, ready to publish format, so I can do that, and then I can also extract the information from those posts and use them to create additional content that is niche specific. So that's that. Matter of fact, you know what I can do? I can just do this right here. Yeah. There's the update. Boom. I don't know why I just didn't do this. Same as last year. January was worse than December. January was worse than December. January was worse than December. But January to January of 2024 to 2023, we're still up about $1,000. So that means we're trending. We're still in the right direction, right? I think once we see a month that is less than a year prior, and with an exception of August, and like it's kind of been a consistent downward trend to reach that point. It's like, it's probably, I don't know about get out, but do something. Yeah, and it's funny because here's I don't have the clicks pulled up on this, but here's just a screenshot. It's like, here's my organic traffic, like in Google, and here's what SEMrush is showing as my organic traffic. Like, just a flat decline for the last 6 months, but it's very much not the case at all. So love that. Anyway, here is this other site that I started. I might even have videos about this, like way back in the day. It was just kind of a, hey, here's this other site I want to start, and that's should be interesting. And it really never took off, so I quickly lost interest. I didn't really put a bunch of stuff on there. I got it on this other monitor. I can tell you, where's that? There it is. The old word count program or plugin. I put that on this site just to see. Yeah, so in 2022 August, I put up 8 posts or 7 posts. In September of 2022, I put up 5 more. Forgot about it. And June of 23, I think that's when I had my. No, I put a bunch of programmatic stuff on the site. I put a bunch of programmatic posts on the site. So yeah, 242 posts in June of 23 at 460,000 words in total. In July of 2023, I put up 1720 total posts with 1.6 million words. I think that was certainly AI. And then I also had my VA go and create these other AI posts. 100 in September or August of 2023, 121 posts for 735,000 words. That's 6,000 words on average. And then in September of 2023, she finished that little quick job, 19 more posts, 111,000 words, 5.8 thousand words on average. And those are starting to actually get indexed and showing up. And it's all AI. That's all AI generated content. So, it's seeing this. I'm like, let's start cranking out some more stuff on here. And yeah, it's all organic. Oh, one or video, wherever that's from, don't know. But yeah, so I've been doing that for the last few days, and I just cranked up the bulk publishing spreadsheet that I have, or I created a new one formatted in a way that makes sense for this content. It's not like they're not articles. I want to say that the early stuff that I put on in 2022, they were articles. The programmatic stuff is, it's you plug in the information where it fits, and then there was some AI generated content. Now, all this new stuff putting on is 100% AI generated content, but it's not like long form article like how to train your dog to do jumping jacks, how to train your dog to do sit-ups, like stuff where it has the potential to hallucinate. It's not that at all. But I can't just come out and explicitly say what it is, because then it'd be very, very easy for everybody to copy me. So I'm going to keep it on the DL. But in the last like week, literally, let me see what's the usage? Because it's all just, again, the bulk publishing spreadsheet ran through to OpenAI Turbo, GPT 3.5 Turbo. Almost 7 million words generated, published. So this is probably like 1 million word that were scrapped for $48. 48 doll hairs. I'm going to pull that up over there. That should be okay. I don't think there's anything proprietary on here. This is it. GPT, Turbo. I had a second of 4, but I was like, that's totally unnecessary. Yeah. So that's been cranked out, and yeah, it's been about 3,300 posts, about a little bit more than 2,000 words on average. But again, they're not articles. They're not like, look who decided to join us. It does well, like AI does well with this content. It'd be almost like, the idea I had that came in my brain before, hey, don't get up there, was like creating, like, hey, generate a story, like a teacher going to generate like a short story for me and include these like 3 elements of symbolism, and then giving that to her students, say, hey, read this and tell me what the symbolism is, in class exercise. It's not, the fact that it's AI generated does not take away from the value that is being extracted. So AI content serves this niche well, and I can go a lot further as far as creating more content. I'm just going to run the gamut on the ideas that I have now. I did go in and steal another week of SEMrush. So I just got a data dump of keywords that I'm just copying over, sanitize, and make sure they're clean looking. Boom, 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 boom. Run through my spreadsheet of, generate a title, generate an introduction, generate the actual content. Boom, boom, bam. We're happy, ma'am. So that's that. That's what we got going on over there. I think lastly. This should be lastly. Yeah, this should be it, I think. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to pull this back up so I get some white over here. I post about this on Twitter, and I think I published a little short article on my site, like a little blog post, like a legit blog post, like a Dear Diary blog post, like it's 2003. I think I'm going to write, I'm going to write a nonfiction book, like about like how I kind of operate my niche sites, and not like an ebook of where it's like, hey, sign up for my course, or come do coaching, or hire me for consulting. Like, it's not a you're in my funnel book. It's like, no, it's the book. You pay for the book and you get everything. Again, basically how I run my sites. I put the scope out there. I'm going to put the outline. Basically everything's going to be like really public, and hey, it's all available. basically to sum it up is in how I've like all my successful sites have been not, Justin's blog about marketing tools. They've always been something like Justin's marketing agency. Here's our front page that looks like a marketing agency. Here's our services pages that look like pages that a marketing agency would have. Our blogs are all, affiliate content or whatever. That's what this site is. That's what my case study site is. That's what every site I've ever had that performed. The job board, the e-commerce stuff. They're always not just a blog. Yeah, just a blog is it just doesn't work for me. But basically talking about in the book, all how I've been able to create what I call perceived authority sites. Is, because perception is reality, and you're gonna be better received. If you start sharing it on Reddit, we'll say, if you're coming at it from Justin's marketing agency did this study on the best CRMs based on a survey of 1,000 people or businesses, whatever, versus Tim's blog promoting the top CRMs regardless of whether they do survey data or not, because it's just they see it as it's perceived as being self-promotion as opposed to perceived as being, hey, this is helpful for the small business community that I'm trying to promote that on. So there's that. It's easier to get backlinks. I've got some massive DA, if you give a shit about that, 84 plus backlinks from major news organizations just because I created calculators and stuff like that. And it's not hard to create, but it's link bait basically. It's not necessarily useful for getting organic traffic, but it can be very useful for getting backlinks. All kinds of stuff. But yeah, I'm putting together that, and what I want to do is I'm not going to sit there and just jam it out, fingers on keyboard from start to finish. What I'm going to do is record, me talking about it like I do with these videos, and me just running my suck for 30, 45, 50 minutes or whatever, transcribing that, getting that written up, but then also take that recording and put it out, and I'm going to call that my raw audio book, the raw audio book. So, just trying to be fucking just whatever. I got time to create some shit, you know what I'm saying? But, just waiting for my articles to get back from my writer or the writing agency or whatever, and then publish those on the case study site. There's not really much more I can publish. I mean, I do have a massive list of keywords and stuff like that, but I think this site's gonna do really a lot better. This has the potential, just this is going beyond, we're just gonna put up some articles and blah blah blah. And it's no, I could get a file written about me on at Google. Don't let this motherfucker near your computer. That's the game plan.